Hi, my name's Sarah. Welcome to another episode of The Thoughtful Outsider, where we explore the big issues in outdoor education. Hi guys, welcome to episode 5, the 5th and final instalment of our case study of Bear Gully.
Yeah, we started this week looking at the Bear Gully experience to try and find out whether it was an effective and engaging environmental program. Let's give you a quick recap of the episode so far.
Awesome, so episode 1 was just a bit of an introductory, but episode 2 was where we got into the nitty-gritty of it. So we used a framework to critically think about the program, and a big thing that came out of the framework was the need to be immersed in the environment for these relationships to happen.
Awesome. Then we went to episode 3 where we interviewed Brodie, and the big thing that came out of that was that students didn't necessarily realise straight away that it was an environmental program that we're on. So over a period, once they started working, they slowly started to realise, hey, this was a really good and immersive environmental program that I was on a few years ago.
Episode 4, we looked at another case study and used that to compare and contrast with the Bear Gully experience. A lot of things came out of that. Probably one of the most important was the hidden curriculum. So that encouraging of an emotional connection, but that not being the overtly stated thing, was a real strength between the two.
And today, the final episode, we were basically putting our own twist on the Bear Gully experience. So looking at all the past things we've looked at and finding how we would implement this program in a school setting. Let's do it.
So over the week we've had quite a look at Bear Gully. So we can gauge the strengths and maybe hurdles of this program. So the strengths. The first strength I think of Bear Gully is its flexibility. It allows for tutors or teachers or different people to come in and out of the teaching roles and add their kind of twist to it. I think that's encouraged. It's also quite flexible in that students have ownership over which workshops they go to. So by the end of the experience, they've kind of designed their own Bear Gully experience. The second strength is it's very place-based rather than activity-based. So it's all about being at Bear Gully and doing things at Bear Gully rather than the activity focus, which happens a lot on outdoor programs, I think. I think the third strength that we have at Bear Gully is it's inquiry based, so it allows the students to follow their own line of inquiry or line of thought, or they can write poems or dance or yoga, cooking, all different things that I think really enhance the inquiry aspect of learning.
Now let's look at some of the hurdles of the Bear Gully experience. The first one that we've identified is broader connections. So does this experience connect past the 6 days that we have the students down there? I'm not quite sure it does. The second one that we have is age. So we are taking tertiary students down who are able to draw, write, read, do all these cool creative things, but will it work with primary school students as well as it does for tertiary? And finally, the third one is open-mindedness. So you really need to be able to come to the Bear Gully experience with an open mind and be willing to engage. It's really hard to get some students to do that, and I think that's a big challenge for the Bear Gully experience. Now let's have a look at how we would implement a program like this in a school setting. Welcome to Mitch and Sarah's 4 tips on how to design your very own outdoor education program.
Tip number 1, it needs to be place-based. It needs to be local so the students can continue going back there.
Tip number 2, it needs to have connections to the broader community that are local to your own school.
Tip number 3, it needs to have a philosophy that is based in eco-pedagogies.
And tip number 4, it needs to be over a long time frame so students have the opportunity to build relationships.
And there you have it, that's a wrap. I've had a real blast this week looking at the Bear Gully experience, and I really hope you have too.
Yeah, it's been awesome, guys. Hopefully you can join us on our next adventure on The Thoughtful Outsider.